Good morning, everybody. This is Tammy, the Operations Manager from True Service Community Federal Credit Union, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit more in detail about our Wellness 360 program, but specifically on understanding credit and how to improve your credit, and the opportunities that we have here at the credit union with some lending products that will help you build, rebuild, and get a stronger credit footprint. We're going to go ahead and get logged into our Wellness 360 program this morning and then go over some options and maybe take a quick quiz. And I want to make sure that everybody understands that this program with the Wellness 360 is offered to our club checking members that have the True Start program, which is our second chance checking, and then also our secure checking members. And lots of great opportunity for financial literacy in this program. So I want to stress, if you haven't logged in and gotten familiar with it, that you absolutely do that. Call if you need any assistance. You can always call and talk to a member service person. If you give me a second, we're going to get logged in on that and move forward with understanding your credit. All right, so we've already logged into the Wellness 360 program. And like I said, this is going to be attached to the club checking accounts that we have, which are both secured checking as well as the True Start checking, which has been our focus here for the last month or so, as far as our True Talks and our financial literacy. Once you get logged into the Wellness 360 program, we're going to go ahead and get directed into the Finance 101 and go ahead and drop down into understanding credit. All right, so the title's going to kind of throw you off, become a credit master, but really this is just about educating yourself in general about your credit footprint and the things that you can do to help yourself get familiar and not be afraid of your options with the credit and your financial background. So before you get started, here we have time for a quiz, just a quick little couple of questions to help you gauge the amount of knowledge that you have. How should you check your credit before a major purchase? You've got A, the lender should check it for you when you apply, or at least 6 weeks prior, 6 months prior. Any purchase that requires a credit check is too expensive anyway. So when we reveal the answer, at least 6 months prior, if you're going to be doing a major purchase, something like an auto, a home, those are all things you want to plan for, obviously, especially if you've had issues in the past. And it's always smart, especially if you're a credit union member, to reach out to one of our lending specialists or even our financial counselors to talk to them about avenues and ways to get yourself ready for that big purchase. And, you know, it might take more than 6 months. It might take 12 months. But they can give you options and give you a direction as far as how to go and make that make that purchase for yourself. Then our next question is, what kind of credit card should you get with bad credit or no credit scores? I am so sorry. So your first answer choice is any, as long as you find a cosigner. B, secured. C, remedial. Or D, probationary. Secured card, which is one of the options that we're going to talk about today with our line of products that we have here at True Service. So as we move down, excuse me, I'm so sorry about my throat. As we move down, we're going to go into some options in the types of credit that are offered. Each one's different, so you got to find the proper situation for these. You may in your lifetime have access to all of these. An open end or revolving credit is can be in two forms, either unsecured open-ended revolving credit. That's like a fixed credit limit with a minimum amount due each month. Interest rates are usually a little higher, especially if you have a bad credit history like MasterCard, Visa, retail store cards. Some of those, you can get upwards of 20% interest attached to those. Then the secured open-ended revolving line is a credit builder, honestly, for people with bad credit, no credit history. They use the secured cards. You're only required for the secured purchasing is keeping a certain amount of money in the special account, and it makes it making a certain deposit. You don't have to pay your bills on the go, your credit limit. Your creditor uses the money in your account. So those are options. Open-end 30-day credit is usually something that I would frown on, but definitely has its place in certain circumstances. Those are things like really high credit scores or high credit limits. You have to pay your outstanding balance at full at the end of a month or at the end of whatever period that is. They're using American Express card as an example for that, but they also have options for revolving as well. And then your close-ended credit is when you get approved for mortgages, car loans, student loans, and similar purchases like that, real estate. Those are your options there. So improving your entire credit experience by utilizing the financial publications, the financial videos, the interactive courses that we have here on the 360 under your resources, your interactive courses, and the coaching options that we have both virtual and in person here at the credit union. You can learn ways to become a credit master. Most people retain more knowledge when they can experience it in written, or visual interactive forms. So that's why we offer all of those above in the resources here. In that process, you're going to learn how to use credit responsibly. You're going to improve your credit. You can repair and rebuild your credit. You can become a credit score master, or just really understand your credit card statements and escrows, all of that along the way. It helps make you a little more savvy whenever you're making purchases or whenever you're working with your own kids or family that don't have knowledge in that area. Also, you're going to find in the Wellness 360 program under Understanding Credit the access to the 3 credit bureaus. And you're entitled, in case you didn't know, you're entitled to 1 free copy of your credit report from all 3 national bureaus every year. You can obtain that by logging into annualcreditreport.com or call the toll-free number to request the reports. You can even do a letter to them at the Annual Credit Report Request Services, and you need to contact one. If you need to contact 1 or all 3 of these, then we have that in the Wellness 360 for you. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. All of these have dispute options should you need to do that once you've had your credit report pulled and you've looked over it. And then there's also sample letter options here at this link to help you do dispute letters to any of these. If there are some merchants that have have you showing on your record, bad pays, charge-offs, anything like that, that will help you move forward with that. So once we go into some of the financial publications, there's an option here for credit. And if you are a homeowner, if you've, gotten behind on certain months, I know there were definitely some touch and go times, and creditors got very lenient and extremely helpful during the last 24 plus months with the COVID pandemic. So, and a lot of people are coming out just still playing catch up on their credit and on their mortgages. So there are definitely booklets and download options here with strategies to kind of catch up on your mortgage, save for a home, understanding credit in general, mortgage help, protecting yourself from debt collectors if you're already at that point, rebuilding credit for yourself. There's also some information here about reverse mortgages, for over the age of 62, how to safely manage one of those if that is, what you want to do. Repairing your credit, and then teenagers and credit, or understanding credit card statements. So these are all great options for you. But today I'd like to go ahead and just mention, just a few of the products that we have here at True Service. And we've kind of put a few of those out on social media. We always talk when we do financial education with all of our new members. We talk about the options that we have here for rebuilding credit if you don't have any credit, steps to take, especially coming up if you're a teenager just turning, going from 18 to 19, getting ready to start college, looking at that first car purchase for yourself on your own, without mom and dad helping, or those options for you to save and move forward that way. I would say one of the easiest ways that's available through us is our credit builder program. And it is also, it's a separate product, but it's also kind of in our True Start suite of financial education and that second chance checking. The credit builder loan comes with a 10% interest on that loan, and it's kind of like a forced savings account. So you make your payments monthly, it goes towards that balance on there at the end of that 12 months, whatever amount, either $500 to $1,000, whatever you've borrowed, all of that money stays on hold in your member account as you make those payments and satisfy that loan. At the end of the term, that money, once it's paid off, that money is released. That whole time we are reporting your great pays to the credit bureaus, and you're helping to build or rebuild credit. Now, this is a great product for teenagers just starting out. If your parents don't have credit cards, don't have an option to throw you on or tag you as an authorized user on their credit cards or anything like that, this is a way for you to build credit on your own and start off. And then there's a lot of people that have savings and no credit at all. So there's options there that are really low interest options for people that have certificates of deposit or have, a good savings balance that they're not touching. They can borrow against that and do a shared secured loan, which is an option and a product that we offer here at True Service. And the interest rate on the shared secured loans is just 2.75% APR. So that is a great option with a really low interest rate. You have your money on hold as you pay that down. That money, is released so that you have use of it along the way. And it's a really low interest rate and a really great way to have your money and also access it. Then we also have certificates of deposit secured loans, and that is going to be 3% above or 3% plus what the rate is that you're getting on the certificate with us. And then I've already mentioned this a couple of times, the secured Visa card. Now that is a revolving line. That's a perfect way for you to build credit a little bit faster because of the product that it is. You have your money in that account on hold, say, $1,000 $1,000, you get your tax refunds. That's a great way to help build credit, is to use that money. Maybe you've already gotten your tax refund and or you're late, you're late to the game, like some of us are, and you're doing late filing. Whatever refunds that you get, take a portion of that and use it to help build your credit with a secured loan, or with a CD loan, or also with a secured Visa. That gives you a lot of options with that secured Visa. If you take, $500, $1,000, put that in your secured account. There's no credit checks with that option. It helps build your credit. I apologize for that. It helps build your credit as you have access in using that credit card. You can use it, it's accepted any place where Visa is accepted. And it just gives you a little bit of freedom that needs that flexibility and has some savings available to use to help build credit. And as always, if you have any questions, any concerns, we have, full staff here with member service and lending specialists that can help you kind of navigate the situation of your credit, get you, working on budgets, get you working on building credit, or just repairing your credit. We also have a full mortgage, department here. If you're looking to buy your first home, your second home, we're always available to answer those questions. You can feel free to call our 800 number, come by either of the branches on JFK or at Hermitage, and just check out your options, get to know the staff. And we always love to answer any questions and get to know our members as much as possible. So that's going to end our program for today. Please feel free to give us a call anytime you need. Feel free to just call and ask for member service, or ask for Tammy. And we appreciate you watching today.